You'll be back! Emus can't help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual!
Count my blessings every day that I was chosen for you. welcome back to Contest of Speed. We are now round 4. Coming at you live, Barcelona, Spain. It's the AM1 Championship Spanish Grand Prix. On board now, Mel Carton. He's just starting his hot lap in the Haas. Mindset retiring with a qualifying ban after retiring on track in Japan last week. But before I get too ahead of myself, I'm your host, Electric Entree. Join the booth tonight with my main co-commentator, Rob's boy. Rob, how are we feeling tonight?
I'm excited to be back after napping through last race.
He's awake. He's ready for action. We've got the band back together this week, and we're ready to see what these drivers in AM1 can bring for us. Like I said, we're on board now with Mel Carton. He was first out of the pits. He set up purple sector 1. Coming into sector 2 now, but it looks like he's slowed down. He's aborted his lap. We'll jump on board now. DB DeBest in the McLaren. We'll ride along with him as he comes through sector 2 just behind Mel Carton. 16 in the race tonight. We've got a few out. Like I said, Mindset had a qualifying ban after retiring on track. We caught that on stream, actually. DB setting purple sector 2. And his teammate Pablo entering sector 2 now. We've got just about everybody out on track, either on an out lap or a hot lap. 3 in the pits. Still. Mel Carton on the cross line 126.0 to set first pole lap, but it was a slow lap. We saw him slow down. DB 112.384 will be pole provisionally as we get through the first round of the first laps of this qualifying session. Let's see. Excuse me. We're trying on board the Williams F1 Bacon. Trying to set a lap now. No help from his teammate tonight in this qualifying session. But you know, this track we're here at Spain. A lot of medium speed corners, very brutal on the left tires. Rob, anything in particular you're looking for tonight, or you know, any keys to the race? I know you ran this race last night in AM2. How did that go?
More of like 5 laps. Well, I didn't have a setup. I didn't realize until we got into qualifying because I just didn't do practice.
No practice.
So I didn't have a setup. Yeah. Well, and no setup.
No practice, no setup. Made it 5 laps. So no particular insights tonight from Rob. As we see Pucks, we go on board with him as he gets loose coming out of that corner. And that's going to hurt his lap times here. Looks like he's going to try and stick with it, though. At least get a banker lap put in. Speaking of Pucks, we've got here previous race results. We'll go back and look at these real quick. Pucks got the win with some good salt and lead the follower, finishing out the podium. Squirt, Pablo plays, Mel Carton, Chipman, Baby, DB DeBest, and I That Man finishing out the top 10. That were your point scorers last week. And with the Mercedes 1-2 greatly helped their fight in the Constructors' Championship, which we see now. They have stepped out, gained 43 points last week. Huge lead now, almost double. Aston Martin behind, who jumped up to P2, swapping places with Red Bull. So Mercedes looking very strong here through the first 3 rounds of the season. And, you know, they're looking to run away with it. Great teamwork from the 1-2 punch of Pucks and some good salt. Salt is here tonight, actually. I take that back. But yeah, they've been killing it out there. Here's a look at the Drivers' Championship. Pucks up top, 77 points. He's starting to stretch that lead. Cam, who was moved down to P2. Pablo staying even at 3. Some good salt moving up. He's now P4. 2 Mercedes in the top 5 in the Drivers' Championship. Mindset dropping down after that retirement on track as well. So there's a look there. Drivers' Championship a bit closer than the Constructors at the moment. But we've got another banger of a race coming up tonight, and we'll see how that affects the we'll see how the race tonight affects those standings. Meanwhile, Pablo plays, putting it on pole now with a 111.8. Nudging out Salt. top 5 currently. Pablo plays some good salt. Formula Itmar, Silent Apex, and DD the best on that one with that 112 he set on his first lap. Four teams in the top 5. Double entries for McLaren there. We've got 11-11 left in the qualifying session now. And we are on board with Jay Supreme in that Red Bull. He has yet to set a time. He's working, coming into Sector 2 now. This is the corner we saw Pucks lose it in earlier. And looks like he aborted that lap when we went to look at the standings, because he still has yet to put a time in it. And speaking of, I believe that's Pucks just in front of Jay Supreme here. Let's jump up here and see. Yeah, so that's Pucks right in front of Jay Supreme. So Pucks will be starting his hot lap as Supreme's finishing his. Trying to get a tow from that Mercedes. Jay Supreme going to put it in the top 10, a 112.5. Good enough for P9 provisionally. And with that, we'll jump up here to Pucks now. Try and see what he's doing on this lap. He's looked strong all season so far. He wants to get a good lap in. Of course, you know, mindset. He's starting from the back tonight. He started P16. And we've seen him go last the first before, so it's not a foregone conclusion just yet. But Pucks wants to start as high as he can to help his chances of beating out mindset. The win last week really helping him and the team. Purple Sector 2 for Pucks now as he comes into Sector 3 to finish this lap. Looks like we had a Haas off track.
I think he forgot that this is 2024 and not 2022 there. Took the chicane.
Yeah, the chicane. The chicane is gone now. Pucks with a 111.9. Only, what is that, 8 thousandths of a second behind Pablo. That's P2. So the Mercedes 2-3 currently. The Pablo and the McLaren P1. To be the best in the other McLaren P5. Formula Itmar in the mix as well. P4 in that kid, Sauber. We've got a qualifying session shaping up here. Cam Tizzle's on a hot lap. Got that Aston Martin rolling around through Sector 3. And he's yet to set a time. We'll see where he goes. Cam has some pretty good pace as well. We've seen him put up some good results here this season. Crossing line 1:16.6. I may have spoke too early. 3 seconds off the next driver. F1 Bacon at P14. Cam's gonna stay right there at P16. Or P15, sorry. Luckily, 8 minutes left in the session. He's got plenty of time to improve his lap there. Formula Itmar P4, he's on the out lap now. His teammate Metakestrel looks to be on a hot lap just ahead of him. And Meta is down almost 2/10 through Sector 1. Spoke earlier about the way these tires wear harder on the left with all these high speed. Metakestrel, purple Sector 2 now. But look at this already. Just the 2 laps on these new soft compounds. And look at that, 3% wear on the left, 1% on the right. On these softs through 1 lap. 1 hot lap. It does not take much. Tire management, I think, going to be very important here, which it's always important, but I think especially important here with how uneven it wears. Metakestrel P9, a 112.3. He was down almost 2/10 still to finish that lap. So we've got 2 kicks in the top 10, 2 Mercedes, 2 McLarens. Not 1 Red Bull, 1 Ferrari, 1 Aston Martin. Cam, he's up there P8 with a 112.3. So we must have been a little early on his time there. We said he was P15. But he's got a 112.3 now. Cam's up there, P8. Both V-Carbs just out of the top 10. Chipman and Orlando very close together. A 112.4 for Chipman, 112.5 from Orlando. Chase Supreme with that 112.5 as well. I that man with a 112.6. So just outside the top 10, it's still a very close battle. And really, I mean, overall, very close battle. 111.8 for P1, 112.6 for P14. That's 0.8 of a second separating the top 14 drivers on this grid. F1 Bacon lagging a little behind here. The 113.1. Still almost just under 6 minutes left in the session now. We'll jump down here to the Ferrari. Kryptonic Swang. He's just started a lap. Coming through Sector 1. Very smooth through those corners. These big sweeping turns, very hard to get it right, keep the power down without going wide or spinning the car. Hard braking here for this corner. He does well, not even a lockup, using all the track available to him. Looking like he went too wide there, but I think he's gonna, it didn't invalidate, so he's gonna keep it rocking and rolling. Into Sector 2, halfway through Sector 2, excuse me, and into the second DRS zone on the lap. He's got that flap open. He's flying through here. Looks like he's flying, maybe not. He's a tenth down on his, a tenth slower on his time. He has a 112.2 in the bag. He doesn't need much to jump up over DB to best in P6, but he's gonna have to drop at least 0.2 in one sector, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. Let's see. He's crossing the line now. He's down 1/10, 112.1. Not enough to, he improves his time, but not enough to jump DB to best. Now only 0.02 of a second behind, or less than 0.02 of a second behind. So there was improvement, but just not enough. Speaking of improvement, jump up here to Orlando. He's down 1/10 through Sector 1, halfway through Sector 2. He's in the V-Card. We saw him dominate in AM2 last season. He hasn't been as dominant this season, but we saw him dominate AM2 last season. He reserved up in AM1 often as well. It seemed to be pretty competitive. And here he is now, sitting currently P12 just behind his teammate. Through the final corner in Sector 3 now, and into the pits. He's going to work this lap. So let's see, Kryptonic just finished a lap. DB to best, is he on a hot lap? It does not look like it. He is almost a full second slower. Got a couple on that lap, so we'll jump here. We got Chipman and Male Carton. We'll jump down here to Chipman. 10, 11, and 12. Mel Carton, Chipman, Orlando all raced AM2 last season. Moving up now to AM1 this season. Been solid midfield contender so far. Haven't seen the pace out of them that we, maybe quite the pace we expected, but this has been a very competitive, very tight grid. So not so much that they lack the talent or the pace, but everybody has it this season. I think this is one of the most evenly matched tiers I've seen in quite a few seasons. Chipman now starting his hot lap. We'll go on board. Take a little ride along with the V-Carb here. Already down to almost half battery through Sector 1. Not worried about conserving his ERS at all. He's burning it up. Coming into Sector 2 here. DRS zone already at almost at 10% battery. Heavy braking here. We've got 2 minutes left in the session. Coming into Sector 3 now for Chipman. Currently at a 112.4. A little bit of a 1/10 improvement, or a little improvement up to 210 over Male Carton, who's also currently on a hot lap. Through the final corner. He's going to have a 112.2. That's down 0.2 on his time. 0.2 faster. He's going to move up to P9. Just behind Cam Tizzle. 0.03 of a second behind Cam. jumping over Melkart and Metakestrel. Great lap from Chipman there. Melkart slow on track now. He was down a 10th through Sector 3, but he's easing around, looking like he's going to start another lap here. Here we go at the exit of Sector 1. He is slow on his time, almost half a second slower through Sector 1. This is not going to be a great lap for Mail. And I don't know he's going to have enough time to do it, or enough. I don't know if he's going to have enough time. I don't know if he's going to have enough fuel to run another one. We were right around the 2-minute mark when he started this lap. And we've got 30 seconds left in the session. He improved. He shaved 3/10 off his current lap through Sector 2. He will have enough time to do one more lap. I think just barely. 10 seconds left in the session. And he's going to have to... And he invalidates, goes wide. And I think that's going to be it for Mail. Yep, he invalidated. He's done. Meanwhile, Pablo improving on his time, a 1:11.7, staying P1. Puck's in P2 now. He's just slightly slower on his time. He's got a 1:11.9. And he's going to need to improve by a 10th and a half to take that from Pablo. He's got a purple Sector 2, though. He the best retired from the session in P7 currently with a 1:12.0. But we're on board now with Pucks. He's chasing down. There's Cam up in front of him, it looked like. Pucks with a 1:11.8. Improving his time, but not enough. Not enough to overtake Pablo there in P1. Melkart last on track. He invalidated. We watched him do it. So this is going to be your qualifying order here in Spain for the AM1 Spanish Grand Prix. Pablo claiming P1 to P5 in lap 1. So we'll certainly be keeping an eye on that situation. He says he's Lando Norris with his starts. I don't think he gives himself enough credit, but we'll see. Crazy finish here to the lap for Meta. And that's it for our qualifying session here in Spain. And the grid for the Spanish Grand Prix here in AM1. Pablo plays starting off P1, Pucks. Silent Apex, some good salt, Kryptonic Swaying, P5. Formula Itmar, DB the best, Cam Tizzle, Chipman, Orlando, P10. Metakestrel, Melkart, J Supreme, I That Man, F1 Bacon, P15. Mindset bringing it up the back, P16 with that retirement for that qualifying ban he had, thanks to his retirement last week. 16 drivers start here in Spain. Do 16 drivers finish? Who's going to get the win? Does Pucks take it? Pablo have a good start for once in his life. Stay tuned after this. We're going to find out here at Contest of Speed. Welcome back to Contest of Speed.
Contest of Speed. Contest of Speed.
Contest of Speed.
Contest of Speed.
Contest of Speed.
And we are back. Joining you from the pit lane here at Contest of Speed, we've got drivers still getting their setups dialed in, their fuel strategy and tire strategies locked in for the race tonight. As we wait, we'll take this moment to say, got a lot of great on-track action here. Season 16 here at Contest of Speed is our last season on F1 24. We'll be going to the new game coming out. F1 25 will be coming out right at the end of Season 16 here. And we'll be moving F1 25 for Season 17 if you'd like to get in. If you have F1 24 and would like to get in on this on-track action now, exclamation point Discord in the Twitch chat will provide you a link to the Contest of Speed Discord where you can sign up. We're always taking reserve drivers. Plenty of opportunities to race. You can see tonight 16 drivers tonight here in AM1. Plenty of opportunities to get in as a reserve driver with the possibility to move up to full-time as spots become available. That would also get you in a good spot here for season 17 when it starts with the F1 25 game. So yeah, come join us, Special Point Discord in the Twitch chat. And here we are on the grid. We're getting ready to start. We've got 5 red lights. And we are off here in Barcelona for the AM1 Championship. Pablo staying in the lead through turn 1. Leading around Pucks and Silent Apex. Getting the jump on Good Salt now. Mindset already up P14. Where's my track map? I've lost it. There it is.
Shipman spun. What's that, turn 4? I don't know this track very well. Corner right after sector 1. Going to be 6 seconds behind.
Yeah, Chipman 6 seconds behind now in that V-carb after the spin. Good catch on that, Rob. Green flag from the slow.
Sorry if I messed up the corner.
Track's clear now. Pablo's still leading Pucks around. But lots of pressure out the back. Pucks, Silent Apex, and Good Salt chasing him down. Everybody very close with the exception of Chipman there in the back. Deny that man also 1.5 seconds back as well. Pablo leading him around. He's going to get fastest lap for lap 1, a 1:18. And we'll definitely see that number come down as we get rolling. Through here and the track evolves. Everybody's starting on the mediums except for Hale Martin, interestingly enough. Pablo plays holding that inside though over Pucks. We've seen Pucks before out here. Lots of patience. I don't think he's going to push this too early. You know, he'll take advantage of anything that comes his way. But look at this here. Silent Apex, Good Salt going wheel to wheel. A little bit of a touch there. Nothing doing though. Good Salt's going to tuck in behind Silent Apex as they come through the end of sector 2. Or through the middle of sector 2 now. DRS is available this lap. Everybody's got it except for Pablo. Not a long enough DRS zone to matter though. He's going to stay in the lead for now. We'll have another one and a much longer one here coming around this final corner into the starting straight. And there goes those wings opening again. On board now, Silent Apex. Bucks gets by, Apex gets by, Salt gets by, Pablo going first to fourth. And that DRS zone, just no help. No help, and he could not defend. So Puck's now leading the race, Silent Apex second, so Good Salt third. Pablo down to fourth, just ahead of Kryptonic Swang there. Formula Itmar in the mix as well. Cantizzle a half second back to Itmar. 4 different constructors in the top 5. We got a double entry from Mercedes. Excuse me. Cam making up a little bit of ground though. He was half a second back. He's now down to 4/10. 3/10 from Formula Itmar. Itmar with a huge lockup going into that turn. And that's a tricky corner as well. It's deceptively wide. to where you think you can carry it out, but it's very easy to go off track there. Also, missed it. Cam had the fastest lap, but Silent Apex now takes it, and then Orlando takes it as well. 1:14.9 for Orlando. He's going to have fastest lap in the race here on lap 4. See a lot of tires slipping back there in turn 1. Everybody locking up those inside tires. Apex passing Pucks there on that DRS straight. Now the Mercedes are together 2-3. Pablo's still maintaining their P4. That man seems to have dropped back just a little bit. He was a second and a half behind before. He's now down to a 2-second gap, but Chipman there, P16 behind him, has caught up about a second and a half in the meantime. Or about a second. He's 2.5 seconds back from that man. Mindset's still down there, P14. Running right behind his teammate F1 Bacon. They are within DRS of, looks like a second DRS train starting here at P9 with Jay Supreme. He's 1.5 seconds back from Orlando at P8. Everybody behind him is very close from 9th to 14th. Apex taking fastest lap now. There goes Pucks into the lead, some good salt getting by as well. He's going to shuffle Apex down to P3 now, just ahead of Pablo. He's maintained that P4 since lap 2. Mindset, meanwhile, got by his teammate. He's up to P13. Now he's chasing down Mel Carton for that P12. Mel on the hard tires as well. He's going to be, this early stage of the race, he's going to be at a bit of a tire disadvantage. But this track is tough on tires, especially those lefts. So the hard play may work out in his favor as this race develops. We're on lap 5 at 33 currently. And we have not hit that crossover just yet. Back up to the front. We see a little bit of a gap forming here in front of Pablo. 6 tenths back. There goes Salt around his teammate. Salt in the lead. Pucks in second. Silent Apex in third now. Working together. Apex didn't seem like he offered much of a move there. I think maybe he's content to ride behind for now and let the Mercedes lead the way. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-way battle here for the podium positions. 2 Mercedes, a Red Bull, a McLaren, and a Ferrari, and a Kick. We've got the whole rainbow here in the front, in this front DRS train. Cam Tizzle leading the second pack, 1.8 seconds back there. He's got Orlando doing the best, and Jay Supreme chasing him down. Got a Kestrel, Mindset, and Mel Carton in there as well. Bacon having dropped. Mindset got past Bacon, and Bacon has dropped now to 2.5 seconds back as well. By that man and Chipman, though, gaining ground. Still at the very back, but they're closing the gap slowly but surely. Mindset with the fastest lap, a 1:14.8. Puck's now in the lead, swapping the DRS with his teammate. Salt holding back Apex there, staying in front. I don't think Apex fighting that hard at the moment. Kind of like Pablo, I think they're content to just kind of ride back there for now, let the race come to them. Meanwhile, that man, we said he caught up, and look at him now. He's right on the back of Cam. 2 tenths back. Chipman not far behind either. 1.1 seconds of closing. And did we see the Aston Martin? Oh, wow. That man going wide through that corner. Managed to keep a hold of it. It looks like he's just gonna ride. He's gonna ride behind his teammate here. See if him and Cam can get it figured out. Get some teammate. Get the partnership working here. Wings are open for both Aston Martins. Are they going to catch Bacon in this straight? Bit of a long shot. Bacon had a decent enough lead on him. It's not going to happen, but they are going to suck right up behind him. Trying to get set up to make this move happen the next lap. Lap 8 of 33. Silent Apex now up to second, splitting the Mercedes. Pablo still in fourth. Kryptonic still in fifth. Hitmarch still P6 as well. Seen a little swapping around these top three here. Meanwhile, 4, 5, and 6 been pretty content to stay where they're at for the moment. Jay Supreme just this P7 spot here continuing to lose time now. 2.6 seconds back from the front pack. And they're getting bunched up behind. Mindset now into the top 10 as well. He's P9 in that Williams. He is on the charge. Chasing down the best. Everybody's got DRS, so it's going to be hard to get an overtake done here. Supreme bouncing around a little bit. That could be connection. That could be him trying to defend. Not sure which. Meanwhile, Cam down there, P13, continuing to lose time. He's gotten past F1 Bacon. That man on the other end of F1 Bacon. Chipman's still 1.1 seconds back from P15. But I wonder if Bacon had held up this pack or if they're just that much slower than the rest. Oh, we've got a spin. Look like DB DeBest and Mindset coming together. I can't believe we missed that. Mindset now down to P16.
Back where he started, lost all that progress that he made in those 8.5 laps.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Metakestrel has left the session. Yeah, he's ghost. You can send him an invite. But yeah, like you said, yeah, this is where Mindset started. We're 10 laps. We're almost a third away through this race. We're coming around to lap 11. Or sorry, we are on lap 10 of 33. Just before the 1/3 mark. Mindset making his way up to P9, and now all that for nothing. He's certainly going to have his work cut out for him now. Oh, wrong. There we go. So back up to the front. Check out our drivers up here. Some good salt leads the way, followed by his teammate Pucks. Silent Apex back down to 3. Pablo, formerly Itmar, Kryptonic Swing. Looks like Kryptonic Swing and Itmar swapping places there, 5 and 6. Pablo still maintaining that P4 right in the middle of this little pack. Looked like either to defend the inside or his teammate. Looking like he was going to defend the inside for his teammate. Great teamwork. From the Mercedes. Meanwhile, the second pack here, continuing to lose time to the leaders. 5 seconds back, Jay Supreme from P6. As Griffin and Mark continue to swap places before the DRS, the second DRS zone here. You can see in the background, Jay Supreme just coming onto that straight as they're exiting. He's got Mel Carton within the DRS range, but pretty far back. Almost a full second back. So Supreme's got a little bit of pressure, but it's not much. Mel Carton on those hards. We're on lap 11. He may be, this may be the point now where these hards start kind of shining a little bit. Yeah, 11 lap old tires for everybody. Let's look at the wear. Yeah, look, well, I think Jay Supreme doesn't have his telemetry turned on. But Mel Carton, the only hard runner, and look how much better his tire wear is versus literally everyone else on the grid. Yeah, these should be kind of coming in now. Meanwhile, Mindset it's brought it back up from P16 to P12. He did the best P14. They came together there a couple laps ago. Lap 10, I believe. 9 or 10. He's back up to P12. 7/10 of a second behind Cam. Oh, Jay Supreme went off track. He's down to P16 now. That moves Mindset up P11.
That man also going off track there. I believe he's touched the curb, and the curb didn't like him very much there, or the tire didn't like the curb. That man also is going to be the first one or third one to pit, along with Pablo and DB the best.
Both McLarens pitting. Looks like they had just enough that it wasn't a double stop. Pablo coming out P14, DB going to be 15th, That Man 16th. So I guess that was That Man that dropped back, not Jay Supreme. Jay Supreme still up there P5 now, thanks to those pit stops from Pablo. So current running order: Silent Apex, Bucks, Good Salt, Formula Hitmar, Jay Supreme now up into P5, but he's lagging back. So this front pack with 6 cars, it's now down to 4. Supreme going ghosted as Orlando and Mel Carton just drove through him. Not sure what's going on there. That's interesting. Anyways, teammate Silent Apex in the pits now. Coming off those mediums. He's gone to the hards. Mel Carton's still on those hards. He's up P4 now. Looks like we got a 10-second penalty for chipping, I believe. Yeah, 10 seconds for Chipman. That must have been, I would say speeding in the pit lane would be my guess on that.
Your guess would be correct.
Okay, I was going to say, for some reason, these overlays do not like to tell us. It just says a 10-second penalty, but it won't tell us whether it's speeding in the pit lane or not. Matt Cashel back in the session now. He's P9. So his AI keeping him in the top 10 now. Pucks some good salt, leading the pack once again. Formula Imar up to P3. Jay Supreme P4. Mel Carton in P5. Just off the back of Supreme.
Mindset spun again, along with Cam, right after the first DRS straight.
Mindset spun the car, but he's back on track, still in the top 10. Cam Tizzle P8. Do they come together, or do they both just spin, you know?
No, I would not have to know that. Mindset's going to be in the pits now. Probably put on those hards.
Yeah, he's on the means. 32% on the left, 41% on the right. It looks like, or maybe that's front to rear. I'm not sure how the.
I'm just seeing 50% on RLT for that.
Fair enough. Well, he's going to come out back in P16 yet again on the hards now. Pucks his pit. At least Salt out. I expect to see him come in this lap. Formula Itmar going around the inside. Is he going to get the move done? Oh, Salt's kind of kicking out wide just a hair, just to let him know he's still there, and that's his spot. But Itmar kind of offered for that move, and he's staying right with him. They're both going to dive in the pits now. Meanwhile, Mel Carton, the only one to start on the hards, leads the race. And he's got quite the gap behind him now. As Jay Supreme will come in. He'll be in second place now. He's on the mediums. I believe those are the original mediums for him. Yeah, 15 laps on the mediums. That is his original tire. I don't know why I had to look at that. We knew Mel Carton was the only one to start the hards. So lap 16 to 33, just over the halfway point of this race. Mel Carton leads, Jay Supreme, Metakestrel, Pucks, Silent Apex, your top 5. Good Salt in P6. Formula Itmar, Pablo plays Orlando to be the best, rounding out the top 10. After that, Kryptonic, Shipment up into P12 now, F1 Bacon, That Man, Cam Tizzle, both Aston Martins 14 and 15. Mindset still P16 now, he's 4 seconds back on fresh hard tires. And he's charging up the field again. He said it was going to go rough for him before the race. I told him I didn't believe it because he says it every week. But he may have been on to something this time. Meanwhile, Metakestrel, lots of pressure out the back for him. Pucks, Silent Apex, and Good Salt all right there in the frame. You can see it. And look at that. Formula Itmar, his teammate, also coming in as well. Oh, and he goes wide there.
Yeah, that man gets a 3-second time penalty for that, and Kryptonic is missing his left end plate.
Kryptonic swing, missing a left end plate. Yes, he is. Oh, we see the Aston Martin swap positions now. We've got both Astons splitting the Williams. They seemed like they were making some progress. Cam was up in the top 10. He's now back down to 14th after that round of pit stops. Mel Carton still leading the field. He's got a 6.5 second gap behind him to Jay Supreme. He's ready to just cruise on those hards now. Supreme's still on his original medium tires, as well as Metakestrel in P8. Everyone else has gone to the hards at this point in the race.
Mindset got a 3-second time penalty, also missing his left end plate, and switched to him, and he was in the wall.
Mindset into the wall. Wonder if he's maybe pushing too hard now, trying to make up that gap. He's 10 seconds back from P15. And this has just not been his race. Let's just see what happens now. He's going in the pits. Does he change wings or does he retire? Comment now. Let us know what you think Mindset's going to do here. Pit stop or retirement? Never mind. He retired. Mindset out of the race now. We're down to 15 drivers. And that's 2 DNFs in a row for Mindset. Definitely putting a dent into his driver championship aspirations for a repeat this season.
Bandoot in the chat saying rage quit. I would agree.
As a wise man once said, you'll have that on them big jobs. Meanwhile, Mel Carton, he's still up there. It looks like he's increased his lead, actually. He's up to 7.7 or 7.2 seconds ahead of Jay Supreme in P2. We've got Red Bulls 2 and 3 with Silent Apex P3 now. He's got the fastest lap of the race on those fresh hards. Meanwhile, Puck's taking that spot for that P3 from him, though, through the DRS zone. He had the fastest lap, but he lost his spot. Puck's on the charge now. And Jay Supreme, we see him losing time to Mel Carton there. The tires are the same age for 1 and 2, but those mediums, we can see how bad they've died off. Carton just running away with it from Jay Supreme. But it's not going to be long. He's gonna have to pit. He's gonna have to go probably to the mediums. Maybe trying to go a hard to soft plate. Not sure. Coming around to lap 20 now. As Mail comes through the tail end of sector 3. Yeah, up to 8.2 seconds now ahead of Jay Supreme. And if I had to guess, I'd say we're gonna see Supreme maybe go into the pits this time around. What a great camera angle we got here. No. He's staying out. He's going again. Okay, maybe mine's bugging out. Now it says he's 6.2 seconds back. I don't think he can make sense.
He's 6.3 currently.
Okay.
On my side.
Okay, 6.3. So, something's... Either I can't read or something. I'm not sure. Anything's possible, to be honest.
Anything is possible. Metakestrels and mediums on 54% tire wear. Can't tell you Jay Supreme's, but I would have to assume it's around there as well. Mail Carton's tire wear is 44%.
Oh, that's a wrong overlay there. This is what we wanted. Car info, yeah. Over 50% on the left, 21 and 34 on the right. For Metakestrel, he's on those mediums. Jay Supreme, yeah, we should be saying that at least decently similar numbers to Jay Supreme. So, Carton, Jay Supreme, Metakestrel, all on their original compounds that they started with. Supreme, he's jumping in the pits now. Silent Apex is going to take that P2 from his teammate, but Pucks is going to slap in front, stake it from him. Here comes Itmar as well on the inside. They're both going to get by. Itmar just squeaking in before the sector 1 or turn 1 there. Apex can force out. Oh my God, they were almost 3 wide for a second there. Salt now up to P3. We've got the Mercedes 2-3. They're chasing down Mel Carton. Apex and Itmar going wheel to wheel here. No contact through a very tight corner. Relatively tight for this track. Oh, they get the contact there though. Bumping around. No damage. Pablo got the best view in the house in this battle. Big lockups there in this heavy braking zone. DRS open for everybody here. Omar going to the inside of Silent Apex once again. He's going to think better of it back out.
Mercedes are going to be swap position. Some good salt now P2 and Pucks P3.
Yeah, good catch there. Mercedes swapping positions yet again. We know they've got good teamwork. We're seeing it in action here. Swapping that DRS around there. Catching up to Mel Carton, but Mel, he's on those hards. There's 22 laps old. He had about an 8-second gap. And it's coming down now. As these hard compounds come up for Salt, Pucks, Apex, and Itmar, and Pablo. Tires heat up, get a little more grippy, a little more traction, a little more speed. Yeah, they're really putting it in Mail's lead now. Down to 6.3 seconds and falling quickly. He's in the pits.
Mail Carton.
Finally coming off the hards. Salt taking
Some good salt. That's the.
Yeah, 114 for some good salt. Fastest lap. Mel Carton onto the mediums now. Pucks up to P1, Salt P2, Silent Apex P3, Itmar P4, Pablo back into the top 5. He started first, he's down to 5th. Meanwhile, Orlando up to P6 now. He's 11.5 seconds back from those top 5. But he's up into the points, P6. Meanwhile, his teammate Chipman down there in P14. Yeah. Orlando gaining 4 positions. Started 10th, he's up to 6th. Let's see, what am I looking for? Right here. So here's where Orlando sits now. Pablo plays ahead, 11.5 seconds ahead. He's got Mail Carton right behind him on fresh mediums. Mail led the race. Now we're 10 laps to go now here in Barcelona. Lap 24 and 33. Orlando losing time to Pablo. And losing time now to Mail Carton, who's got the DRS. There he goes by on those fresh mediums. Certainly has a tire advantage now. Mediums over the hards. With 10 laps to go. Great call from Mail to swap when he did. Kestrel down here, P10. He's chasing DB to best for P9. DB currently out of DRS range of Jay Supreme, but he's kind of bouncing in and out of it. And if Meta hoping that he can catch it right where DB's going to lose that DRS and he's got a chance to catch up through this second zone. He'll be too far back to make a move, but it will be enough to let him suck in right behind him a little bit better. Something happened. Excuse me. Yeah, something happened there in his Meta. He's now down. He's losing time to DB. 2 seconds back. Mel Carton taking fastest lap of a 1:13.7. Fuel loads are lower. He's got the best, probably the best tires there is. Well, Jay Supreme's on the softs, actually. I just noticed that. 4-lap old softs. We've got 8 laps to go here. 12 laps on the softs in race condition. That's sure they'll be hurting by the time it's over. Meta Kestrel retiring from the session now. In the pits. That's 2 down. We're down to 14 drivers left. Here in Spain. Bandit wondering if Pablo is struggling or if he's just waiting at the back of this DRS train and saving tires, and that's a good question. He's held right with this. He's held right in there with this pack. He hasn't really lost any ground, but we have not seen him fight the way we saw Demar go at it with Silent Apex earlier. Apex now up to P2, splitting the Mercedes. But Pablo, yeah, he's just kind of been chilling there, P5. I think he's trying to make a big brain play here. We'll see if it works for him or not. But I think he's trying to cook something on the strategy side, man, dude. You know, we can look at this here. Pablo on 13-lap-old hards. He's actually got worse wear than everybody ahead of him, so I mean it's kind of in line, but slightly worse, really. But he does have the oldest out of these top 5 as well. So I don't think it's enough for a real, like a tire disadvantage for him, but wear numbers certainly don't help. Lap 27 to 33, some good salt continuing to lead the race. Silent Apex P2, Pucks P3. Itmar, Pablo Plays rounding out the top 5. Nell Carton, Orlando, Jay Supreme, TV to best, Cam Tizzle at the tail end of the points positions. He's got a little pressure behind. Kryptonic Swang and Chipman chasing him down. They won a piece of the points. And Cam's not going to have any help. He's 2 seconds back from TV to best. No help from DRS. And Kryptonic and Chipman both with it behind him. As they come out of the second DRS zone now, as they're in sector 3. Cam he's trying to put as big of a gap as he can between him and Kryp. Meanwhile, Kryp and Chipman, they need to be working together to catch up to Cam. Coming around the final corner now into the DRS zone along the Star Straight. This is a long one. Yeah. And look at this now. They've really gained some ground. Kryptonic's like right on the back of Cam. You can see him there in front. Within striking distance now. Chipman half second back. Cam locking her up there. He's feeling the pressure. Second DRS zone now. The leader starting lap 29 to 33. That's 5 laps to go here. This race is winding down. Both Mercedes up in the top 2. Silent Apex bump back down to P3. Pablo's still holding strong in P5. Moving right along with
Cam and Kryptonic. Cam and Kryptonic are fighting. Kryptonic has not pit to fix that front wing. He's still missing that left end plate.
Still missing left end, and that could explain. We saw him get real close there to Cam, kind of hang with him, but Cam just putting the gap on him in sector 3, and I wonder if that end plate is what it is. Like, those end plates, they definitely affect your steering to the opposite side from that end plate. So like he's missing his left end plate. Fast right corners, it's going to affect his turn in, his balance of over or understeer. And I wonder, there's a lot of right turns in that sector 3, and I wonder if that's what's causing him to drop that time to Cam, because you see him come right in with him. Oh no, some good salt with a 3-second penalty here.
Mercedes are in trade positions. Silent Apex is also going to take P2. Itmar is going to be right behind him. Penalties currently, some good salt just got a 3-second time penalty. Chipman has 13 seconds, one for speeding in the pit lane, and I do not know when he got another 3-second, and that man has a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, relatively clean on the penalty front. Like you said, that 13, that's a speeding in the pit lane. That's just a big 10-second. So I mean, really, we've got 4 drivers with enough off tracks to get a 3-second penalty. Been a pretty clean race. Yeah, Pablo here. Look, he was closer. He's dropped back to about that half-second gap again. We're on lap 30 and 33. It'll be 31 when we come around this time. As we make our way through sector 3. Oh, and Salt kind of putting down the power a little too hard. He got a little bobble there, and there goes that man. Or sorry, there goes Formula Itmar into P3 now. And Pablo, he smells blood in the water. He's got the wing open.
Some good salt's going to take the position back from Formula Itmar. Pablo's not going to be able to pass Formula Itmar for that P4 position.
Yeah, that little bobble from Salt. Look at this. It's that gap. Look at that gap now. Now it's just the top 2 with DRS. Salt not going to be able to help out Pucks here. Help defend him from Apex now. Look, he's gonna have to catch up. 1.2 seconds back, and that's going to leave him vulnerable to Itmar and Pablo, which he does have that 3-second penalty. So Mel Carton's 9 seconds back in P6. So Worst that happens is Apex goes to P5 as it stands now, but you know, he needs to be up there to help Pucks out, help defend, and there goes Silent Apex past Pucks now on the short DRS zone. And this is exactly what I was talking about. You know, now that Salt's not up there to help out, him and Itmar's going back and forth. They're wheel to wheel with these sweeping right-hander. Oh, and they come together and they both spin. And there goes Pablo through into the lead. Huge break for Pablo now. He's up to P3. Itmar's back on track. Salt's at P5, but look, he's got that 3-second, and look at this male cart now, 1.7 seconds back. And that leaves Salt really vulnerable now to both Carton and Orlando.
Just saying the worst that can happen is P5. Now it's going to be P7.
Yeah.
After that bump with Itmar.
Yeah, you know, people say limits make lemonade. This is the exact opposite of doing that. This is when life gives you lemons, squirt them in your eye. Because he did, yeah, best, you know, worst case was he's going to be P5 with that 3-second penalty, and now he's vulnerable to Male Carton and Orlando, who Orlando's currently just over 2 seconds back from Salt now.
Itmar is going to be 2.5 seconds behind Pablo. Pablo is going to be just about 2 seconds behind Pucks and Silent as they're still battling for that P1 position.
Yeah, and I believe if I'm Pablo now, he's really hoping that they really go to town here. We're coming out into the final lap, lap 33. Pablo's going to be keeping his fingers crossed for some hard battling here in front of him that will help slow these two down and bring him within striking distance. But he is right at the 2-second interval.
Pucks slightly just has the tire advantage with 32% compared to Silent Apex with 35%.
So slight tire advantage for Pucks, not much, but slightly. And then maybe all he needs here on the final lap. He's in the lead now. He's going to have to defend hard when they come up in the second DRS zone. It's a short one, but Silent Apex right on the back of Pucks. Look, there he goes.
Puck is also going to have that DRS advantage.
Burning that battery. Oh, they come together just a little bit. Bumping around, and Pucks is going to hold that inside line to keep him from going around. They bump and touch. Apex getting sent just a little sideways, a little loose there. And I think Pucks is going to take it here. Coming around the final corner now, it's a drag race to the end. There's going to be DRS. Pucks weaving around, and he's going to take it. Pablo up to P3. Formula Itmar crossing the line now, P4.
Some good Salt is going to be in P5. Isaiah dropped down to P7 with that 3-second time penalty, moving Male Carton up to P5 and Orlando P6. J Supreme's also going to be crossing the line now. DB to P9. Cam Tizzle is going to take that last in points position.
Yeah, Kryptonic Swang, Chipman, the 11 and 12. I That Man and F1 Bacon. 13 and 14, but look at this F1. He's... Oh, that's it. Male Carton, driver of the day. What kind of opposite strategy from the rest of the field? Starting on the hards, going to the mediums. He had great pace on those mediums with the lower fuel loads. Clear tire advantage for him. But look at this Pucks. He's going to take the win here. He's going to raise the trophy. Silent Apex and Pablo up on the podium with him.
My bet paid off. I said Pucks was going to win the Spanish Grand Prix. Only me, myself, and I voted for Pucks. Everybody else went for Mindset.
Huge win on cost bets for Rob's boy. But here's your finishing order here in Barcelona. Pucks, Silent Apex, Pablo Plays on the podium. Formula Itmar, Male Carton, P5. Orlando, some good Salt, J Supreme, DB to Best, Cam Tizzle rounding out that top 10. Kryptonic Swang, Chipman, F1 Bacon, I That Man, Metakestrel P15 with a DNF, as well as Mindset with a DNF as well in P16. And that's our finishing order here in Barcelona. See if maybe we can get some drivers in here for some interviews, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
Contest of 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 speed.
I'm gonna show you guys how my style went from this to this. All I
Welcome to the Spectra Ocean Dream Circuit. Racers, start your engines. Watch your waistline, move your waistline.
welcome back to Contest of Speed. We've got a couple of drivers in here for interviews. We've got Pucks, we've got Silent Apex. We're going to start with Silent Apex, man. That was a tough battle there, especially at the end. You guys were so close. A little bit of contact, but mainly, kept it very clean. Walk us through that last lap. What was going through your mind there? I know, obviously, trying to get that P1, but how did you approach that last lap there, that battle with Pucks?
I think I kind of knew on the 32nd lap, the lap before the last, that Pucks was not going to overtake me and wait till the last lap. And I think I also noticed that he had like a lot more straight line speed. So no point battling on the straight. I tried to close in on the corners, but yeah, Spain isn't easy to overtake. So yeah, I mean, I think I kind of knew what was going to happen 2 laps before the end. But yeah, happy nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, it put up a great fight though. I mean, you Pucks and Salt battling it out all race really, and then Formula Itmar and Salt coming together and spitting each other out. Pushed each other off track. Pablo came through into P3, but that kind of left you two to just go at it yourselves. That was pretty intense, and it was a well fought fight. Congratulations on the P2.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, so that you were trying, like you said, couldn't really fight in the straights. It's a tough track to pass on. He's trying to catch him in the corners. Anything looking back, you think maybe you could have done differently, or it just kind of is what it is for this race?
I mean, I guess you could just hope for the best and hope that someone makes a mistake in front. But I think the three of us had like pretty comparable pace. But I think Salt had so much straight line speed that I mean, I kind of it was pretty surprising. And I think two Mercs in front of me, they could play the team game as well. So yeah, I mean, I guess my best bet was just waiting for someone to make a mistake, and luckily Salt did. And I think he also got a 3-second penalty, so that helped out. But yeah, it could have been anyone in the top three in any order.
Yeah, we certainly saw that. You guys just shuffling around. You would lead a lap, then it would be Salt, then Pucks would come in, and you guys just kind of cycled back and forth. And we were just in the booth, kind of just waiting to see how it played out because it was just it was like spinning the roulette wheel every lap, seeing who was going to overtake who with the DRS down that straight.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, great race from you. Way to hang in there, and like I said, congratulations.
Thank you.
Anything you're looking forward to next week, or anything you maybe improve on, or just looking forward to next week as we go to our next track? I actually have to look and see what it is because
I think it's Mexico, right?
Next track is going
Mexico.
to be
It is Mexico.
Mexico, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I can carry this form forward, that'd be great. And also, I think it's easier. I guess it's easier to create a gap, probably, or probably not. There are two large DRS zones in Mexico, so. But yeah, I like that track, and hopefully I can do well there, and essentially just qualify well. That's usually my weakness.
All right, so qualify. Keep up the good qualifying, then. Work on that. But you do feel comfortable at Mexico, so that's good. Can't wait to see how it plays out for you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, anybody you want to shout out or anything before we move on to Pucks, or?
Yeah, just GG's to Salt as well. Unlucky for him, but he definitely had the pace as well. But yeah, that's about it.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Great sportsmanship. And with that, we're going to go to our race winner, Pucks, F1 in the Mercedes. Another win under your belt. Another retirement for Mindset in the race. Definitely helping your drivers' championship campaign. And double points finish for Mercedes. Again, not the double points finish you were probably hoping for, but helping to extend that gap. We were looking during qualifying at the results, and Mercedes seems to be running away with the constructors. But the drivers' championship was still kind of tight. But you've got a couple wins under your belt here this season, and you're starting to. I mean, this will definitely help your gap as well. So, I mean, how are you feeling about your chances the rest of the season as far as drivers' championship is concerned?
Yeah, I just take it race by race, really. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. I just keep it. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, just Ye- day by day, I guess, race by race, trying to improve on every track, and uh, yeah, it's really unfortunate for mindset there. We could have had a close battle, especially with the qualifying ban, but yeah, it's fortunately everything is heading my way. I guess I could say in the drivers' championship. Pretty thrilled about that. So I'm happy to keep this going.
So just full steam ahead, keep it going is the plan for
Mhm,
now. We talked Silent Apex. We talked with him about his last lap battle with you. How did that
mhm.
battle? How is that battle from your perspective on those last closing laps?
I was really trying to keep it simple, just trying to stay behind him. Like Silent Apex mentioned that he was right. Like I was trying to just overtake him in the last lap, and that's exactly what I did. And that was the plan. Like right when we knew it was just us two battling for that final lap, I just let him go. I think it was lap at the end of lap 25. I think I just let him go. I just wanted to stay with him and yeah, overtake him on the last lap. And fortunately, it was a pretty decent, pretty exciting final lap we had there. And yeah, very, very fortunate for the win.
Well, it was a great battle from both sides. Like we said, and I mean, you guys have been bringing the action all season. Looking forward to it some more. Uh, Silent Apex says that he's comfortable with Mexico. He enjoys the track. How do you feel about it coming up to it next week?
Complete opposite, honestly. I don't really like that track, but nonetheless, like we're gonna.
Uh, do we lose Puck?
You cut out.
Yeah, you lost him.
I believe we lost him there.
Oh no, we've lost Pucks. Okay, well, not the ending of the interview we wanted, but the ending we got. So we'll go ahead and close it there. Unless Rob, you got anything you want to add before we get
Was
out of
I
here?
muted?
Oh, are you back?
There you
I
are.
was
Welcome
muted.
back.
Oh my goodness! I was talking the whole
Good
time.
job.
Yeah, you just like cut out of nowhere. We thought we lost you.
Sorry. Can you just repeat the question?
I think we were just talking about how how you felt going to Mexico next week, and you
Oh
said
yeah, I was.
you didn't feel good. The
No,
opposite of.
yeah, I think I got a call. That's why I don't know when switched the mute. But anyways, I was just saying I was not very comfortable in Mexico, but like I said earlier, we're just gonna take it race by race, day by day. We're gonna keep pushing, try to maximize the drivers' championship. We're gonna try to maximize the constructors' points and work as a team. And hopefully, we get a good result in Mexico next week.
Well, we're absolutely looking forward to see what you bring next week, as well as the rest of the grid. It's been a very tightly matched grid this season, and it seems like you've been running at the top. Mindset's been running at the top when he finishes the races. But I mean, it's been kind of a rotating cast of characters here for that third podium spot. And especially the top five. It seems like anybody can end up in the top five in this tier. And
Hmm.
it's definitely made for some exciting moments. So we can't wait to see what you bring. We can't wait to see what the rest of the grid brings. And congratulations on the win. But
Thank you, appreciate it.
yeah, I think with that we're gonna
Congrats,
go ahead and get
Puck.
out of here. Unless you did have something to add, Rob. Sorry, I think we kind of got cut off when Puck came back.
Just congrats, Puck. Congrats on the P2, Silent.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
All right. Well, with that, I think we're going to close it out for the night here in Contest of Speed AM1. Like we said before, if you like what you saw on track and you want to be a part of this on-track action, ! Discord in the Twitch chat will provide you a link to the Contest of Speed Discord where you can sign up to race with us. This is Season 16, the last season on F1 24. We will be going to F1 25 for Season 17, but we are always looking for reserve drivers. Plenty of opportunities to get into the race as a reserve. As you saw tonight, we started with 16. So the four open spots for the race. So come on, sign up, join it, be part of the action, and then that'll give you a head start for season 17 on the new F1 game when it drops. Also, check us out on TikTok. We've got TikTok going now. That's at contest of speed _. For the social media team, they've been really putting in the work and trying to build a good TikTok presence there. So come check us out there as well. And with that, I think that's going to be it for us. We'll join you next week from Mexico City. That'll be starting Wednesday with EU2 and AM2, 9 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, respectively. And then, as always, next Thursday, bring you EU1 and AM1 action at the same time slot. So until then, I'm Electric Entre, sign off for myself and Rob's Boy and the rest of the team here at Contest of Speed. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. Welcome back to Contest of Speed.
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 Contest of speed.